It's your boy Baby Hulk, aka the 5 Foot Savage, aka the heart of my city, and we are here with
Tyler.
And this is episode 2 of SVG, aka Striker versus Grappler, sponsored by HKA.
All right, everybody. So, per usual, David's going to start us off with some grappling concepts, some wrestling concepts. Today, we're going to be working on the importance of cutting angles in both offense and defense with grappling and with striking. So, here we go.
Okay, just like Tyler said, it's all about our angles, just like Instagram. You know, you got to catch those right angles. So if I'm shooting on Tyler, I never want to go straight back in a linear motion because, one, it's going to make my shot less effective. And if Tyler has good defense and good balance, it's going to be almost impossible to take him down. Okay. So if I try to go straight on Tyler, I'm going to shoot. Yep, most likely that's going to happen to you. But if we take our angle on Tyler, I get his feet moving a little bit, step in, turn that corner. So I'm here, I'm not straight in front of him. My feet are ready to run that way towards the wall, and my head diagonal is helping me drive. Here we go. Big flare at the end. Again, one more time. We don't want to take this shot straight on because it's a lot easier to defend. I want to move him. So different setup. I club Tyler, come with this underhook, get him moving, get right under him. And like I said, I want to use my head, my feet are low, I'm underneath the butt, and I just want to drive. The second scenario is more on a fight scenario. So Tyler's going to come in with that big 1-1, setting up that big overhand right, the Baby Hulk special. So as he throws that big overhand, we're gonna slip inside, catch our angle, finish the double.
Go slow first.
As soon as he overextends, we're cutting our angle, and like I said, our head is over. We're gonna use it to finish. Now this one, the second one, if you're a Greco guy and you want to get a little faster, you're a little stronger, then we won't attack the legs, we'll attack the upper body, and we'll finish like that. So here, I'm clinched up, nice, tight body lock. I'm gonna squeeze, step around, finish.
All right, everybody. So now we're going to work on a couple different options we have from those angle changes, okay? So three concepts we're going to go through, all right? 3 ideas. So the first one is big picture. We have to move off the center line, all right? 9 times out of 10, right? Best case scenario, maybe you are able to stand in the pocket, stand right in front of somebody and exchange punches with them. Worst case scenario, that's what we've got to work on, right? We have to work on the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, they're outboxing us, outstriking us when we're right in front. So we really have to try to be a little bit more evasive. So that's why we're implementing some angle changes, okay? And like I said, it's just important to have in your arsenal anyway. Like imagine being like really, really good at angle changes. So like that's like somebody's really good at jabs, somebody's really good at front kicks, somebody's really good at takedowns. Imagine if you're just like amazing and that go-to guy or girl for angle changes. That can take you a really long way, right? So that being said, the big picture is just moving off the center line, okay? Now, to hone in on that a little bit, it's not just about moving your head off the center line, you have to bring your feet with you, okay? If I'm facing the camera, right, and you guys can maybe see from this like linear aspect, if I go to slip a punch and my head goes past this foot, notice how my back foot is starting to come up off the ground, which means I have little to no agility right now. Realistically, the only option that I have that I can think of is to finish pivoting out. But hopefully I don't pivot out into something that's like a round kick or a strike that's coming at me, because that's my only option I have, or else I'm going to be falling different directions. I have to make sure that I keep my head within my feet. And so to do that, I'm going to be taking that left step and then the right step. To take that a step further, to really break it down, the first step to me gets you out of the line of attack. So if David throws like a jab cross at me, I'm taking that left step to get me out of the line of attack. But now obviously I can't stay in the stance because I'm too wide. He can take my legs, he can kick a leg out from underneath me, and again, I just have little to no agility. So I have to bring that back foot with me. The back foot corrects my angle. So the first step gets me out of the line of attack. The second step corrects my angle. And I can correct my angle 15 degrees, I can correct my angle close to 90 degrees, 45 degrees. And if they're super aggressive, just pretty much run through with like a big punch, I can correct my angle almost 180 degrees. And it's important that you have control over that second step, because that's what's going to be setting you up for the next combination, the next strike, the next takedown. If you have sloppy footwork, I'm sure you guys hear it all the time. If you have sloppy footwork, it's not going to, and anything that you do with your hands, with your legs, it's not going to be beneficial. You have to try to have a nice base. All right. So again, first step gets you out of the line of attack. Second step corrects that angle. And then just a note, it's important that you're conscientious of your distance with that, because with different distances, there's different tools that you have. And what I mean is, like, if I end up getting really close to David and I'm in the pocket pretty much, I don't want to be trying to throw a round kick at this distance, because he's going to crash in on it. However, maybe I do, like if I do end up wanting to throw a round kick, I'll take that step more to the side, correct that angle out here. That way he's at full extension on impact. Best case scenario, right? Easier said than done. Maybe I do want to stay in the pocket, right? Maybe I take that left-right step, and then, he throws a hook out or something. I'm staying in the pocket. I'm able to strike and everything, and counter with not necessarily ease, but he's within my reach. He's at the right distance for those attacks. Anything closer, throwing elbows, and also, go for takedowns and stuff like he was doing earlier. He's not trying to go for a takedown from, 6 feet away. He's getting in the pocket first, cutting that angle, and then going for the takedown. That kind of leads me to the second concept, and that's the concept of striking and moving. So now I have to try to disguise my footwork with some strikes up top, because if I'm just, me and David are like sparring each other, right? I'm not gonna just like move to the side like this, because he's gonna be following me. I don't have an angle, all right? The lateral step and him staying with me is much different than me taking an angle on him and capitalizing on it. So, whatever you want to throw, whatever you feel comfortable with, throw a jab cross, cutting that angle, and then the options are there for like staying in the pocket, moving out of the pocket. So you have to figure out who you are as far as an athlete goes, and as far as a person, a martial artist goes. All right, and where you feel comfortable to start out with. Now that takes me to the third concept, which is taking it like a step further, quite literally. So now, all right, I'm going to add a little dynamic to it. Instead of just moving to the side once, I'm going to move twice. But I'm not going to move until he reacts to me, right? So I move to my side this way, he turns into me, and then I'm coming back across. Now look at this angle that I have. It's easier said than done, and it takes some repetitions. And even myself, like, it's something that I'm always practicing, trying to, work somebody into that awkward position to where I'm getting a nice angle. And like, it is going to take some trial and error, because you might run into stuff, like if I cut this angle, I might run right into like a left hook as I'm trying to cut back across. So you'll be able to dial in like how your sparring partners react. Maybe the person you're fighting might have some tapes on how like they react to different things. But when it's all said and done, just stay balanced and stay protected. All right. So the three concepts we have, just to review, is like the big picture of you got to move off the center line, right? From there, make sure that your head's not going past your feet and everything. And like I was talking about, that left foot or that lead leg gets you out of the line of attack. That rear leg corrects the angle. Okay. The second concept is try to strike and move at the same time. That way you're disguising your footwork. The third concept is, if you want to take a step further, to add that extra move in there. So now I'm cutting an angle on David here. He moves back into me, and I'm cutting another angle. And you could try to link that together as much as you can. You can keep going back and forth if you want. Eventually, they'll probably get some sort of timing on you, but it's worth giving it a shot. All right, everybody. And so those are just some basic concepts we have from taking angles. And in future videos, we'll be breaking it down even further. Many more options. We do a lot of angles here and work on a lot of angles at PCMMA. So, that's gonna be part of, a lot of our videos that we're gonna be making. So stay tuned.
Hey, yo, and that's a wrap for this episode of Striker vs. Grappler. Because I am Baby Hope, aka the Fastest Savage, aka the heart of my city. And I'm with
Tyler,
the striking savant. And you are tuned in.